The artist Jeremy Deller did this project called The Utices of Literacy about the Manic Street Preachers cult following. I was one of those obsessive fans. I had to own anything with Richie James's Edwards image at the front. It was the first time publicly someone had talked about self-harm, depressive episodes, self-destruction, and a man who looked quite emaciated. He disappeared in 1995, but he remains someone who leaves an indelible influence on my life. To me, the influences and the interviews I do, they're just as important as my studio practice. And that's something totally influenced by Richie James Edwards. I'm vulnerable, I speak openly. I know other people empathise and find common cause. This was a song that changed my life. The immortal words, I am stronger than Mensa, Miller and Mailer. I spat out Plath and Pinter. I am the truth that washes, that learnt how to spell. I am all the things that you regret. I listened to this album more than any other album in my life, and it continued to influence me. All of this collection here I bought in quarantine. I thought of being a quarantine curator. Stay beautiful, motorcycle emptiness. You love us, little baby nothing. From despair to where, roses in the hospital. I'm in my late 30s, but I'm reconnecting with this period of my life. I was sent home from a residency in Ljubljana. My Italian tour was cancelled, my Norway tour was cancelled. Corona had struck, it was deadly. And I was sent back home to London, which rapidly became the most dangerous place, the highest deaths per capita in the whole of the UK, in the whole of Europe, in the whole of the world. Highest now of excess deaths. It was astonishing. And yet, I was in Ljubljana, the safest place in the world. I remember the year 1994 vividly. It was the year of Britpop. I don't listen to the albums from that era anymore. What happened to Blur's Park Life? Or Definitely Maybe. But I revisit the Holy Bible again and again and again through these various periods of my life. I got into zine culture. I made my own zine called Nausea. I was part of this subculture of 1990s Manic Street Preacher zines, which have disappeared into oblivion. There's no archive which stores this stuff. There's no library. What would it be classified under? National heritage? I feel in some ways rockstar fandom is a way to gather people who may have the same neurotribe or mental health problems. This was Nausea, the fanzine I edited. A Manic Street Preachers inspired fanzine with iconography from punk and a William Burroughs quote to go with it. Young, pretty fucked. Manic Street Preachers fanzine. Tranquilized icons. And the Fallen Angel, which had been Richie. I saw a lot of Manic Street Preachers fanzine and their mythology after Richie. You meet kids in their early 20s and they're nostalgic for this period in the early 90s which they never actually lived through. You see icons of Brett Anderson and Jarvis Cocker. I suppose it's a time when music was more real. I mean, who do you have today? Like Pete Doherty of the Libertines, who slags off Manic Street Preachers fans. I mean, if only he was half as literate or interesting or beautiful as Richie was. La Teresa Durara, scream to a sigh, misery will last forever, something Van Gogh wrote before he destroyed himself.